Hi, this is Mrs. Cotter. This is week 2, day 5. So on your packet, you're going to see a fluency practice. It's on addition and subtraction, and I'm not going to go through that with you because you should be able to do those on your own. So before watching this video, make sure that you finish your fluency first, and then I'm going to go over the daily task and the rest of the packet. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the daily task. The first question asks, how many circles are there in all? Write down a number sentence that shows you how you thought about it. So looking through at this picture right here, did you use an addition or a multiplication sentence to figure out how many circles there were in all? You're going to either use addition or multiplication, and I'm not going to show you those ways first because we're going to go through those in the later problems. So again, look at this picture and think about how you can either write an addition or a multiplication sentence. You can either choose one, addition or multiplication, or you can choose both. It's up to you. So we have the same picture here. The first question says, Alfonso said he figured out how many shaded circles, I'm going to underline that because that's important, how many shaded circles were first, and then how many unshaded circles there were second. Once he knew how many of each, he added them together to find the total. Write a number sentence Alfonso could have used that shows his reasoning. So he used an addition problem. So I'm going to write an addition sentence right here. And it says that Alfonso did something first. What is the first thing that he did? He counted the shaded circles. How many there were first? So let's count the shaded circles first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I'm going to put that as my first part because that's what he did first. Then it says he did something second. What is the second thing that he did? It says he counted the unshaded circles. So let's count the unshaded circles together. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to put that as my second part. Now you need to figure out what 18 plus 6 is. What is 18 plus 6? It's 24. So there are 24 circles in total. Now Jennifer, she found it out different. Let's see what Jennifer said. It says, Jennifer said, I just saw 3 rows of 8 circles. Write a number sentence that Jennifer could have used that shows her reasoning. So Jennifer saw this picture as an array. She said that she saw 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, and she saw 8 circles in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And remember, when you see a picture as an array, it is a multiplication problem. So remember, she saw how many rows? 3. And how many did she see in each row? 8. And what's 3 times 8? 3 times 8 is 24. So Jennifer and Alfonso found it 2 different ways. Alfonso counted the shaded circles and then the unshaded circles, and he found it through an addition problem. And Jennifer saw it exactly like an array, and she counted the rows and how many there were in each row to find her multiplication problem. And they both got the same answer. All right, let's go on to the next question. It says the area model below shows a floor plan for a storage closet. The storage closet will have a tiled floor with gray tiles on the left and white tiles on the right. How many tiles are needed for the storage closet in all? Write down a number sentence in the box below that shows how you thought about it. So this is very similar to the first problem that you did. Looking at the storage closet right here, the picture, you can figure out how many tiles there are in all through either an addition problem or a multiplication problem. That is up to you. Maybe you counted it through doing a multiplication problem, or maybe you can figure out how many tiles there are through an addition problem. Think about back when we saw the array with the shaded circles and the unshaded circles. We also have shaded squares and unshaded squares, so that can help you as well. So go ahead and think of either an addition or a multiplication problem to figure out how many tiles there are in all. All right. So I put the storage closet and I also put the array that we did because they're both very similar problems, just different shapes. So let's look at the first question. It says, think back to how Alfonso figured out how many circles there were in part 1. Use Alfonso's same strategy here to find out how many tiles are needed. Write a number sentence with Alfonso's reasoning. And I put in red, remember Alfonso used addition. So I'm going to put an addition problem. If you think back about how we figured out Alfonso's, we counted the shaded circles first, and we put that as our first part. And the second part is we counted the unshaded circles, and we put that as our second part. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to count the shaded squares first, and then we'll count the unshaded squares. So let's count the shaded first for our first part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So there's 25 shaded squares. So that's our first part. Now let's do our second part, which is our unshaded. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to write that down for my second part. Now you need to figure out what 25 plus 10 is. And 25 plus 10 is 35. Oops, 35. There you go. Now we need to think back to how Jennifer figured out how many circles there were in part 1. Remember, Jennifer looked at this picture right here as an array. She counted how many rows there were and how many there were across. So use Jennifer's same strategy here to find out how many tiles are needed. Write a number sentence with Jennifer's reasoning. Now, I know this is covered up by my little mark right here, but Jennifer used multiplication. So she counted how many rows there were first. So let's count how many rows there were first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 5 right there. Okay, so there's 5 rows. Let me make my multiplication. So 5 rows, and let's see how many squares there are across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 across. So what's 5 times 7? And it's also 35. So again, they just saw just a different picture, but they use the same strategy. They use an addition strategy and they use a multiplication strategy. So both strategies to figure out how many tiles there are, instead of counting each one, each piece, you can figure it out through addition or you can figure it out through multiplication, and either one is right. All right, let's move on. So this is very similar to week 2, day 2. So they want us to write a $2 or more summary of the lesson. Each word is worth 10 cents. So remember, they use this example. For example, the lesson is about, and this would equal 40 cents because each word equals 10 cents. So 10, 20, 30, 40. And I just used my same example that of something that we've learned in 3rd grade. So you need to write a summary of what the lesson that we just learned is about. And remember, it has to be $2 or more. It can't be any less. So if we look back to my example right here, it says this lesson is about learning how to read a digital clock using the hour and minutes hand. Also, it's about how to add 2-digit numbers. This is not what we learned today in this lesson. This is an example. But it equals $2.60 because if we count this, it's more than $2. Let's count it. Remember, each word is 10 cents to make sure it equals $2.60. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $1. $1.10, $1.20, $1.30, $1.40, $1.50, $1.60, $1.70, $1.80, $1.90, $2, $2.10, $2.20, $2.30, $2.40, $2.50, $2.60. So this summary is perfect because it equals more than $2, and it's a summary of a lesson that we learned in 3rd grade. But you need to write a summary of a lesson that we just learned in this lesson using our arrays and our pictures. All right, and that's all for week 2, day 5. All right, I'll see you guys next week for week 3. Bye.